What's going on, guys, and welcome to my lineup for the Newcastle game. I used to do these, as I said, so anyone that's new to them, welcome. I'll be going through my lineup, who I would pick for the Newcastle game coming up on the Monday after Boxing Day. This isn't, bearing in mind, because I've posted these online before, like on groups and stuff, and in Facebook and stuff, and people are like, that's not what the lineup will be, that's not who Ranić will pick or who Ollie will pick, whoever the manager is at the time. It's my lineup. It's not who they will go with. It's who I would go with. So just put that out there before I get going. So I would do the formation that Ranić's doing, the 4-2-2-2. And I'd go with De Gea in goal. I feel like I do quite like Henderson. I like his confidence and his vocality when he's playing. But I do think that De Gea is at another level to Henderson. So De Gea is my number one. He would be in the sticks. And then I would go with Bay and Varane as the centre-backs. I think they're the best two. I do like Lindelof more than Maguire. Maguire won't get dropped because he's captain. But for me, I feel like he's our worst centre-back out of who we've got, unless you're going for Phil Jones. So Bay and Varane would be my centre-back pairing. I like Bay. Yes, he's a little bit... You don't know what you're going to get from him sometimes. He's a bit wild. But I would still rather have that than someone that's going to cower away from headers and not put himself about there. He does like flying clearances in the air and stuff that the others aren't capable of. So for me, Bay would be in with Varane. Varane speaks for himself. We're a much better team when he's involved. We've just been a little unfortunate with the injuries he's picked up. So Bay and Varane would be my centre-backs. I would go with Dalot and Telles as the right and the left-back. Hopefully they can operate as wing-backs in this system. But I've been impressed with them. I like Luke Shaw. Wan-Bissaka I've never been a massive fan of. Certain games I think that he's been good, but I feel like he has more bad games than good, or at least average. And I feel like Luke Shaw this season has been poor as well compared to last year. Especially since the Euros, he's not been the same player. So I would go with Dalot and Telles. I've been impressed with them since they've both come into the team. So I would stay with that. The midfield two, I would go with Donny and Fred. I'm not Fred's biggest fan, but I think he's better than McTominay is. And we don't really have a lot of options in the centre of midfield. Matic I used to like, but he can't do it anymore. He's too old. And Mata, again, similar, even though he's further up the pitch. He's too old, so... I feel in terms of the actual centre mid position, we struggle a lot. Pogba obviously wants to leave, so I feel like he should be out of the team. He's not available anyway at the moment, but just in general, I feel like we need to sell Pogba because it's just causing too much problems all the time. It's a shame, but it is what it is. So for me, the midfield two would be Donny van de Beek and Fred. And then the two in front, I would go with Sancho and Lingard. I think Sancho is improving all the time. He looks lively. He just needs to keep getting picked and get these games under his belt. And I've dropped Bruno for this. Spoiler alert. I feel Bruno has gone missing a lot recently. And I feel like he's throwing his toys out of his pram a lot when he's getting tackled. He's going down too easily, which I don't like to see. He's complaining a lot to the ref for things that are trying to like rescue us in games that it's a bit cringy. And we know what Bruno can do. And apparently his stats this year are as good as ever. But for me, I look at how players play in game by game and not just look at numbers. Because you could have a really bad game and then set up a goal with a 2-yard pass. For me, that's not having a good game. But other people will maybe give him man of the match for that. I don't agree with that because I watch it on how they play in the game, the duration of the game and how long they play and how they perform. And not just on stats, because stats can be misleading. So for me, Bruno deserves to be dropped. He wasn't happy when he was dropped not too long ago. I can't remember who it was against now. But he was sulking on the bench. But I need that sometimes, and players need that, because you can't just be so comfortable that you can just guarantee your position and then put in performances that are not anywhere what you're capable of. So for me, I think Bruno needs to be dropped. So I would go with Lingard. A lot of people... not rating Lingard. I thought he was fine when he played recently. I thought he could have had 2 or 3 assists if people would have finished their dinner, and they didn't finish their dinner. So the finger gets pointed at him for some reason. But he set them up. They just didn't capitalise on it. So I think Lingard deserves a chance. So they would be my two in front of Donny and Fred, Sancho and Lingard. And then the two up top, I would go with Mason Greenwood and Cristiano Ronaldo. I would have tempted to put Cavani in, but there's a lot of stuff going on with him at the moment that he wants out. So look, if they're bad apples, I did like Cavani, but if it's a similar situation to Pogba and they want to go, I feel we need to get them out as quick as possible, because we don't need that around the team and training and that atmosphere and players not wanting to be at the club. So for me, I would go with Greenwood and Ronaldo. I think Greenwood needs to be playing up front. He's been played on the wing, and he needs to be up top. And I think next to Ronaldo, who is there better to learn from in that position as well? So I think that would be a great... I think they complement each other. Greenwood is a little bit greedy at times, but I feel with Ronaldo next to him, he probably would learn, and Ronaldo would tell him, like, lay the ball off to me. Don't just be shooting every single time. And I think that he would gain that chemistry and learn on the job with Ronaldo up top with him. So that would be my lineup, guys. I haven't done a subs bench, but that would be my starting lineup. Let me know your thoughts on who you would go with against Newcastle. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the game don't get cancelled. There's already been a couple been cancelled. The Leeds, Liverpool, the Wolves, Watford. So yeah, hopefully no more are going to get cancelled. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. Hopefully this one goes ahead for us United fans. But let me know your lineup in the comments, guys. Enjoy Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. And enjoy Christmas Day tomorrow. And obviously Boxing Day, a lot of football, hopefully anyway. Enjoy the football. Enjoy Christmas. And I'll see you guys soon.